Welcome to the Choose to Live show with your host, Anika Cohen. It's time to propel, launch, and execute your dream. Now here to motivate, support, and influence you live from Dover, Delaware, Anika Cohen.
Hello, influencers. Hello, and welcome to the Choose to Live show with your girl, Anika Cohen. Welcome. We welcome you to propel, launch, and execute your dreams. We invite you into our virtual space to be liberated, improve daily, be vivacious, and enlightened. So welcome to the Choose to Live show, influencers. It is my intention to serve and support you on your journey of becoming. Listen, we have a great show on today. I have a phenomenal guest. She goes by the name of Shaneya Ellis. But listen, before we get into today's segment and we introduce this amazing woman to our platform, I want to just take our time to let you know that we care. We care for you. We support you. We honor you. We love you because I know that our world is in a state of chaos, dysfunction, but I want you to know you're not alone. Even if you're in that space of uncertainty, even if you're in that space of just feeling overwhelmed and frustrated, I want you to know it's okay. It's okay today. And I want you to just listen into this show and get the motivation and the inspiration that you need to keep going. Choose to live today, influencers. Choose to live today, my sister. Choose to live today, my brother. Choose to be liberated, improve daily, be vivacious and enlightened. So listen, influencers, listen, without further ado, I am going to allow you to meet this amazing woman. Her name is Shaneya Ellis. She is a trailblazer, okay? All right. She is a trailblazer. She is the CEO and founder of Shaneya Ellis Productions, okay? She has a boutique. It is called the Glow Up Boutique. So listen, without further ado, influencers, help me welcome and salute my sister, Shaneya Ellis. Welcome to our show.
Thank you. I am so excited to be here. I'm just sitting back watching the intro. I was like, this is really nice. I love the word vivacious. That gives me some energy right there.
Yes.
Vivaciously. I love that.
Listen, it is such an honor to have you, Shaneya, on the Choose to Live show. Listen, for those of you who do not know, this is my sister. She is one of the pillars in the community who helped me unapologetically share my story, share my first memoir. And I share that because, listen, we can support each other. So I just wanted to let you know that she was a part of my journey of becoming, and she helped me. And I always thank her for that opportunity of sharing her knowledge, sharing her experience. So listen, for those of you who are new to Shaneya, let the world know, Shaneya, who you are and what it is that you do.
Well, who I am, Shaneya Ellis. So listen, for me, in that journey of seeing you from the beginning, Anika, I feel like you were already doing some things, but to just see your journey from writing your first book and doing amazing things, I'm just blown away, and I just thank God for what he's doing. But me, Shaneya Ellis, I am a wife. I am a mother. Some would say I'm a serial entrepreneur. As Anika said, I own a boutique. I am a writer and producer and a director. I am the CEO of Shaneya Ellis Productions. But what is near and dear to my heart and how I first started was helping women through sharing their story. And I got started by doing that by sharing my own story. I went through a lot as a young woman, and I was able to pen those things. And that's how I got my start. I took what I went through And I was able to write a book called Memoirs of an Overcomer, and that was 6 years ago, and that was the platform for what I do today, and that's assist women to share their stories. I help them to break out of their current circumstances into a life of freedom. So I am so super excited to be here, and I enjoy what I do.
Yes, come on. Did you catch the list? Okay. Did you catch the list? Okay. So, okay, these are all the things that you do. But I want to know, how did you get started? Because you are a producer, you are a writer, you have a production company, and you are a best-selling author. So
Mm-hmm.
you wear a lot of hats, and I know that you have your family and things of that sort. So just share with our listeners how you got started with juggling all of these business adventures.
Okay. So how I got started is out of a place of wanting to give up. So, what I always tell people, I walked into church one day and I literally said that if something doesn't happen in this church service, if God does not speak to me, if something doesn't happen, if something doesn't move, if something doesn't break over my life, like if I don't hear a word that's going to make me live and make me want to stay pursuing what I'm doing in God, I'm done. I'm done with church. I'm done with ministry. And I'm just going to be a person who goes to work and comes back. It's not that I don't love God, but I'm just done. So in that moment, I'm thinking all of these things. And my leader prophesied over my life and basically spoke to me to say, I know what you're thinking right now, but God has need of you. You're going to share your story, and it's going to bless a lot of women to overcome. You're going to share what you went through. So, thought about it. When you get that word that kind of reconciles with you and hits your spirit and it's confirmation to say, okay, there's hope for me, because I was walking around life just feeling like I had no purpose. Sometimes people will tell you, you have a whole bunch of kids and the only thing you meant to do is take care of them kids, make sure you got a 9-to-5 job, keep that job and have a steady paycheck, and that's all you require to do. That other stuff you're talking about is a high risk, but this is stability. So that's all I had in my mind, but it wasn't fulfilling me. I didn't feel the need to, I didn't feel fulfilled. It wasn't that I didn't feel fulfilled behind taking care of my children, because I love them dearly, but I wanted more. So I wrote my book, and it was from journals of things that I had experienced. And some of those things was homelessness. I was sexually abused as a young woman. And because of that, it made me feel as though I felt ashamed for many years. It took years of counseling, years of really going before the Lord to break through of feeling that shame and feeling like you have to have, for someone to love you, you have to physically show it. And I wrote about that. I wrote about how I was on state assistance and how I hustled when my son was first born to get money, and how I fell into so many traps as a single woman, and other women were able to relate to it. And out of that birthed Memoirs of an Overcomer, which became a bestseller. I went on to do other projects. How I juggle it, Anika, a lot of people ask me this. How do you juggle being an author? How do you juggle having a production company? How do you juggle owning a boutique? And my answer, and it's always going to be the same, is I go before the Lord for strategy. And if you want something in the natural, sometimes you just have to get into a quiet place and just really, really get quiet and assess some things. And I knew, and I know that there's multiple things inside of me. So what I had to do was create strategy. Every time, every week, I'm not going to work on every single thing. It may be a couple of things that I work on within that week, but whatever it is that I work on, I give it 100% until my goal is complete. But that's how I got started. And if you ask me, I'm just getting started, even with all that I've done. There's so much more I want to do.
She said, I'm just getting started. Come on
Yeah.
here. Come
Yeah.
on here. What does that mean? Elaborate on that.
So for me, just getting started, I've accomplished a lot of things. However, I see so much more. So much more for me as far as influencing other people's lives, as far as me dreaming big to doing things such as movies and having my own studio and all kinds of things that I haven't really tapped into yet. That I'm kind of, what I'm doing right now is a training ground, but I'm just getting started because I'm still building legacy. I'm still disrupting. I feel like anytime you touch someone else's life and help them to pursue their dreams, you're disrupting the norm, because the enemy would have us to believe that, like I said earlier, we're supposed to just do that day-to-day thing. And some people are truly in a circumstance where they feel like, I'm stuck. I don't know anything but what I've seen. And what I've seen is generations and generations of my family, the women in my family, being on state assistance or going to the state for help for everything. I don't know anything outside of that. So to disrupt that, to say, not only will you not be on state assistance, you're going to have your own. You're going to pursue your own vision, those things that you have been dying to do that you don't even think you can quite do it because it scares you. We're going to tap into that, and you're going to launch, and you're going to launch big. So that is my pleasure in doing.
Listen here, influencers. I don't need to say anything behind Shaneya. Okay, she got this show together. Okay, y'all don't need to hear from me today. You got it covered. Okay, you're gonna launch big. Oh my goodness, you are just dropping all kind of jewels, just dropping all kind of nuggets. So, what would be your advice to that woman or that man who is contemplating with sharing their story because they don't want to offend others, they don't want to hurt the family, they don't want to speak on things? Because my experience is, you don't repeat what went on in this house. You don't say what happened in this house. And so that keeps a lot of people stuck with sharing their story and sharing their truth because of family or friends. What are they going to say? Can you please share with us your expert advice on how they can handle that situation?
You know, that's real good. That's real good, because I actually went through that myself. And the thing about it is, anytime you share your story, you're going to meet opposition. That's just a fact. I feel like anything that you're birthing out for the first time is going to have warfare attached to it. It's going to, in a natural, I'll say, it's going to have a fight or opposition attached to it because it's new. But what I will say to you is this: it's your responsibility. And those of you that are spiritual, we are overcome by the hearing of our testimony, right? Those of you who are not, you have a responsibility to help someone else through your story. So this is just like you were someone who thought about committing suicide, and you see somebody jump over the bridge, about to jump over a bridge. Would you not share your story, or tell you after you help them? Would you not tell them, I felt this way too, after they say, you don't know how I feel? That's what I equate that to. And I get it. People don't want to ruffle feathers within family. And I know that sometimes I was raised that way too. You keep everything in this house. Everything is a secret. It's things that people didn't even know, that I thought that they knew. I was being abused for many years, and I felt this shame of, how can people allow me to be abused? How can they know about it and not help me? But it was a secret. And the thing about it is, you can share your story in a way that still preserves the integrity of the other people that are in the story. There's a way for you to share your story that is impactful and still have integrity behind it. When I first wrote my first book, and this is before the enhanced copy, but if you ever reach back into the archives, it's a first edition. It's like the brighter red color. That book is so raw. It was my first book. I didn't really know the strategies of writing and how you preserve your story and how you tell it in a way that you're not bleeding out, because oftentimes when we're writing, it's the beginning of our healing, or we're in the process of healing. So all of these things are coming out in writing. So I didn't know at that time. And I hurt a lot of people in my family. Everybody, I'm being transparent with you. I hurt people not because it wasn't the truth, because it was absolutely fact. But I hurt them because a lot of them didn't know, and they felt like if they knew, they could help. And then it affected other people. So what I would say to you is to write in a way, like if I'm going to say, my uncle abused me, just for an example, instead of saying my uncle, you may want to say, rename, give a scenario of a story. This person, it brings to my mind that this person that I knew, or something, a creative way of introducing what happened to you without totally exposing. You can say someone that was entrusted to me. It doesn't have to give the title, but however you do it, by you sharing the truth, it will be impactful and it will help someone. By all means, don't keep it. Share your story.
Yeah, share your story, influencer. Share your story, because it matters.
It matters.
And that's just period. It matters. It matters to someone. And I am a believer, and I believe that, what we go through is not even about us anyway. It's for the people that are attached to our lives. It's for you to be able to be that inspiration, that motivation, right? That leader to bring them up out of their mess.
Yes.
And so I thank you, Shaneya, for just sharing that, because I know that set a lot of people free, because again, we're holding on because we don't want to offend and we don't want to hurt people. But you said it's inevitable. It's going to happen regardless. It may not be the intention, but it's going to happen. So thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your experience and your knowledge. Okay, so listen, influencers. Shaneya, I want you to share with our listeners just things that you have going on. What do you have going on in today's world? Because listen, it's chaotic right now. So a lot of people are saying, how are you able to have all this going on at a time like this? Please share with our listeners what you got going on.
I sure will. And Anika, just to be totally transparent, there are times in my day-to-day where I feel like I don't even want to get up. I just want to go to sleep. It's just so much. So I get it. You had the responsibilities of your family, had the responsibilities of your career, and some people are out of work. It's just a lot going on during this time. So I totally understand. I totally get it. But right now, what I am about to do, I have a stage play coming up, Beauty for Ashes 2. Excuse me. Beauty for Ashes 2 is a spinoff of my first play, Beauty for Ashes, which that play was centered around my life. I took tidbits of what I had been through and embellished and made some fictional points for entertainment in that first play. But this second play is totally fictional. I had so much fun with it. It's a lot of drama. It's a lot of, I feel like what I love about it is, though it's a lot of drama, it's going to make you mad. It's going to make you say, why she do that? Why he do that? You know how people just fuss in the seats. Y'all going to be fussing in the seats. And we love that. We love to talk to the characters. Like, wow, you feel like you right there with them, right?
Yeah.
I love that part about it, but I know that there's an underlying message that people are going to catch. And during this time, we need all of the inspiration that we can possibly get. So I have that coming out. That is May the 8th at 6 p.m. If you are in the DMV area, please, even if you're not, I have people who will be coming from North Carolina, Virginia. So even if you're not in the DMV area, make sure you get your tickets. It's going to be a good time. And we have a large facility, but we're only taking a certain amount due to COVID. We're definitely going to space you out in a way that is safe, even when you're coming in. The other thing that I have coming up, which I'm really excited about, I haven't released it officially yet, Anika. So this is breaking news on your show, but I have a masterclass coming up, and it is for people who want to turn their book into a stage play. I'm going to teach you how to write your stage play, how to adapt your book into a production, a stage play production. So you'll get to know the format, how to develop your characters. And that is going to be on May the 20th from 1 to 3. It's going to be virtual. I'm only taking a certain amount of people because I want to allow enough time for Q&A. I've had a lot of people reach out to me regarding this, so I know that there is a demand for it. So if that is you, if you are someone who wants to turn your book into a stage play, make sure that you reach out to me as soon as you see it, the information, because the slots are going to fill quickly. That's all I got for right now, because I said I'm going to be taking some stuff off to kind of concentrate on a couple things at a time. Later on in the year, I will also have another production. It's going to be a Christmas play called Catastrophe Before Christmas. That's going to be December 7th. What I do in between, we'll see. I'll keep y'all posted.
She said, listen, what I do in between, I'll keep you posted.
You just never know.
That.
You just never know.
Exactly. As an entrepreneur, as a creative, you're always thinking of new ideas. And I literally have to make myself just be like, I'm not launching that. It's not time. And that's why I love how you said your strategy is to go to God. Go to God, because a lot of times it's not the timing to execute what the idea is.
Yes.
And so we can launch a product or a service before it's time. And so it's very important that we adhere to what Shaneya advised us to do. Seek God for strategy. Seek God for when to launch your products and services. So Shaneya has a lot going on, but I'm looking forward to your Christmas play.
Yes.
Definitely keep me posted about that. I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Yes, I definitely will. I will let you know as soon as everything comes out. I'm excited about it.
All right. So listen, we have a fun game that we play here too, Shaneya.
Yay! I love
Just a trivia game. I asked some questions. So this is just where we get to have a little bit of fun, right? We've empowered you influencers. Listen, we have inspired you, but we just want to have a little bit of fun and we want to get to know Shaneya. So what's your favorite color?
It depends. This week, I think I am feeling hot pink this week. Typically, I err on the side of blues. It's either blue or hot pink, which you can tell in my brand colors. So yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite high school memory?
Oh, that's a good one. Whew. I think my favorite high school memory would be graduation. And the reason being is because my son was 1 at graduation and I wasn't expected to graduate. People said, she didn't have a baby, she going to drop out of school. But I was able to graduate with high honors. My son was in the stands. Everybody came out to celebrate me. So that was definitely my most memorable moment for high school. And having my son.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, I just did an interview and that was our commonality too, that I was a teenage mother. So I listen, I commend you. I celebrate you for persevering, and you got your diploma.
Yes.
So let's see. I just do these questions off the top of my head.
All right.
Let's see. Okay, what's your top 3 genres of music?
Whew. Okay. That's good. So I'm going to say this, Anika, for me, and I know people probably think that gospel music is at the top of my list. What gospel music is, it is, but I really, if I'm trying to like mellow out, I really love instrumental music. But if I'm trying to get like motivated, I really like old school music, old school R&B music. But my favorite of all time, this could be a Maryland thing, is go-go music. That's my number 1 favorite. It's go-go.
Yeah, it's a Maryland thing.
It is.
You Maryland natives, honey, y'all love that go-go. As soon as it goes on, y'all be cracking. I be like, yes.
I tried to give it up. Something about when that beat drop, it's over.
But I love music, so it don't even matter what type of music. I just love music. I will get the moving, and it don't matter if it sound good. I'm going. I'm flowing. Yes. So thank you so much for sharing with us and being our guest today on the Choose to Live show. It has been a great show having you here, sharing all of the wisdom and inspiration. You are a wealth of knowledge. You really, really are. So again, I want you to just highlight your upcoming play. And I also would like for you to share with the audience how they can get connected with you.
Awesome. And thank you for having me. You know, I always enjoy our time together. Always. So for how to get connected with me, you can connect with me on Facebook, Instagram at author Shaneya Ellis. If you are looking for trendy items, clothes, and accessories, you can find me on Instagram at All Glowed Up Boutique or www.allglowedupboutique.com. But for my stage play, you can go to www.shaneyaellis.com. The tickets are $30. It is going to be in Milford, Delaware at Jesus Love Temple. I don't have the address straight off of my memory, but it will be on all my pages. Again, it's $30, and then you can get the ticket information. You can go to www.shaneyaellis.com to purchase your ticket. I have something special for the guests that come to the play. Okay, we are creating, me and my team, a whole experience. So hopefully you can make it. We want to see you there.
Yes, we want to see you in the place May 8th. Okay, listen, go to ShaneyaEllis.com. You spell that ShaWneyea Ellis.com. Listen, influencers, this has been a great show. Listen, you know what time it is. We choose to live over here. We choose to be liberated, improve daily, be vivacious and enlightened. So if you enjoyed today's show, go ahead and comment below. Let me know what you thought, what you think. Until next time, influencers, you already know what to do. Choose to live.